What is good, y'all? SCG Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Indianapolis Colts rebuild video. And if you guys are ready to get deeper into the season, as we are getting closer and closer to the bye week. We're just at the midpoint of the season, man. So you guys are enjoying it. Hit a like, comment, and subscribe to show that love and support for the channel, man. And here today, we'll be going through Oakland and Kansas City, as we got a little AFC West gauntlet here. And both teams are actually very, very good this season. Now, of course, before we get into that, we do have to work on some of the outside of the field stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got to set our national focus here, which I think, at least with the national scout that we got here, defensive tackle being a good area for him and for the class, I say we go ahead and put the national focus on defensive tackle. It is something that we could look to replace. DeForest Buckner is getting older. Who knows how much longer I want to keep wanting to pay him $20 million a season at that age. I mean, he still continues to put a phenomenal play. So we'll look at that area because, you know, once again, we don't have a first round pick like our other counterparts in the division. You see, the Titans are going with a left outside linebacker at number 9. Houston, defensive tackle at 12. So we're not obviously not going to get like the best defensive tackle in the class, but we got to see what and how deep that position truly is to see if I'm going to have to trade back into the later rounds or can I suffice with our second round picks. Now at 20, the Jaguars actually taking the first quarterback of the board, Lawrence Lockbaum. Still no quarterback going inside the top 5, even though he's got top 5 projection. Looks like the first quarterback sliding all the way back to the later rounds. A halfback even sliding in. Oh, 2 halfbacks actually sliding into that first round. A lot of defensive tackles are going though early. I think I've counted off like 5 or 6. Now we could be looking to trade into this later part right here. And I wouldn't be mad at somebody like Deion Winters. Round 1 and 2 projection, he has a finesse move. So kind of the similar build to the one that we have already drafted up to this point. So get 2 pass rushing defensive tackles wouldn't be a bad idea. Get more pressure on the quarterback's face because a lot of teams like to pass against us with how bad our pass defense is on the back end. So I wouldn't even mind going with somebody like that. It doesn't have to be a block shed run stopper like DeForest Buckner, but it would help. Now, of course, before getting the game, we got to get these upgrades in from another week of practice. You saw Alexander, they're getting an upgrade. We haven't seen too much of him this season though, being receiver 6. Rookie Max McCain getting an increase here. Haven't seen him get, I think it's like the second increase that we've seen him get his entire rookie season. Juan Barrett, our finesse rusher here. We're going to go and work on his run stopping ability just in case we go get another finesse rusher. Maybe we can let him be the run stopper and then really plug that gap up the middle. Young talent, Jalen Jackson. Got last year's draft. We're just upgrading him a little bit here, getting his run stopping abilities up in the 4-3, making it to where he can come up and make some plays. +3 block shed. I'm not mad at it. 73 overall there. His power moves and finesse moves obviously are booty cheeks, so we're not really worried about that. But my man can cover and stop the run. That's all I need my linebackers to do. Free safety Pierre Collins getting yet another upgrade here. We're gonna go with hybrid again. Hopefully a good man coverage, zone coverage, boost +2 to both of those, and tackle. I'll take it. Puts him now at 72 man, 82 zone, 78 awareness. He's turned into a nice deep third safety. His counterpart here, Julian Blackman, not as good in his coverages, so we're also going to go with a hybrid here as well. Hopefully get similar luck. Okay, just +1 man coverage. I'll take it. He's sitting at 71 man, 78 zone, 84 awareness though. So definitely somebody that we want more so coming up to stop those runs and the short stuff rather than the deep stuff. Kyle Pitts here, getting another upgrade, and something we haven't actually done with him since we got him is upgrade his blocking. So why not at least put 1 into that? And maybe he sees significant boost, +3 in his run block power. Already an effective and great pass catcher. Then Michael Pittman Jr. here, the lead star receiver for us. He does everything really well except for running the deep routes. Even though he does get open on deep balls, catches the ball in traffic well, catches the ball in general well. So I do want to work on his deep threat though, to get that deep route running up in case we do want him to get open on some of those posts, those corners. I mean, obviously he's doing very well in the goals, but we got to work on some of the other stuff that actually requires footwork and intelligence. Now here we go back into the city of Las Vegas, man. You see we're taking on the Raiders here today and Allegiant Stadium, trying to go out there and keep this winning streak back up and get it kicked back off after we took an L a couple of videos ago. But once again, the Jaguars are on our heels, so we got to keep winning if we want to keep this leading division. Looks like they aren't playing around this year, not going on these long, crazy losing streaks. Looks like they might actually be here to contend all the way up until we play them at the end of the season. So here, Richardson is going to get us kicked off on offense with an early throw out to Max McCain that he does not hold on to. Really trying to work on his throwing the pressure and throwing the run. So great to see that accuracy was good on that pass. And his second one too as well, as he's really been passing well all season. Completion numbers are up, yardage numbers are up, yards per attempt numbers are up, touchdowns are up, interceptions are about the same. I want to say probably a little bit lower as he gets off this pass here that's completely off the mark to Kyle Pitts. Had him wide open, and unfortunately, although we're working on it, it is still a work in progress. Now for the Raiders, they have Jacob Freeman, new quarterback for them, leading them into the game. Not doing too well in the touchdown to turnover department there, 8-7. But has a pretty good team around him that he's been able to lean on here as they go with an early run to also another new player. No longer Josh Jacobs, but I think it's Barry Sapp. It's either Barry or Brent. I think it's Barry. Barry Sapp in the backfield now, taking over Josh Jacobs' number 2 as well. But has been carrying the load, helping out with the offensive run game. He's got some pretty good receivers around him too as well. 3rd and 11 here for Las Vegas. Throw goes up and deep, and he had his receiver, John Meacham III, who was with us last year, if you remember, kind of buried in our depth chart. So glad to see him on the field and leading a team. Gave him a chance to go out and play. But that play time, unfortunately, does not lead to success here as we get a nice spin move by KJ Hamler. He's going to the outside, and he probably didn't need a juke there on the punter. Probably could have took that one to the crib if he just trusted his speed. That's a great return to put us on our side of the field already and get us kicked off here as we are throwing out of a sack. Nice choice. Raiders went with a blitz on 1st down. We're able to get through kind of untouched here, going triple option yet again. Toss goes out to Jonathan Taylor. Big body run, getting up about 14 yards there to the 31. Nice choice by Richardson to go ahead and toss that out just before getting tackled. We're staying in the pistol here. Going to go with the handoff to the outside. Great blocks by the wideouts and tight ends. Going out and trucking his way through the corner and getting taken down. Another big gain here. 2 carries, 34 yards already. And just like that, we're at the 13. Dropping back out of the pistol. Rolling to his right. Clear daylight. And he's going to truck his way into the end zone. Anthony Richards showing that he's more than just legs. He's also shoulders and chest. As he goes in and bullies his way past the defense. And gets us the first score of the game. And of course, we're going to go right back to the offense with the defense putting in more work to hold him to a 3 and out. We're going to continue to drive this ball down the field. Try to lean more on the passes. That's Richardson. Another play action fake here. Looks, fires it deep down the field. He's got McCain again with a big grab. Don't see too many targets his way, but when they do go that way, they offer big gains. So we come back here on 3rd and 5 in goal territory. On the run, he finds Alec Pierce. Pocket deteriorated. He got out to his right a little bit. Saw 2 on Alec Pierce, but threw it to the open spot, and Pierce was able to be smart enough to just go run to that open zone and make the play for us. And now with a 2-score lead here, not even out of the first, Colts on defense sending a blitz here in on 2nd and 10 and getting the running back in the backfield. No carries, no yardage. 3rd and 11, and DeForest Buckner is in that mode. You know what that means? No running game is going to be prosperous, and no pass game either as Juan Barrett gets off his guard, gets the sack, and gives us the ball back here on 4th and 15. Punting this thing away to KJ Hamler, the dynamic return man. He almost took one back last time. We'll have to see if he can make something great happen this time. Wiggling his way through. Will he juke this time? He will not. He's going to trust the speed. The 10, the 5. Touchdown, Indianapolis Colts. This time he's just trusting the wiggles, not trying to use too many juke moves, just kind of put his foot into the ground and maneuvered his way through up the middle, then back out left. And just like that, it's 21-0 Indianapolis, and they're looking for a scump here early. That's a great catch there by Devontae Adams on the deep curl route. As they come back here with another read option play, and that boy is trying to get shifty as he actually shrugs off Jalen Jackson before Freeman gets hit stick by Blackman. But I can't believe he just shrugged off Jalen like that. I have to put him in some more tackle drills. Been doing too much coverage or something. But dropping back here, throw goes out. Good knockdown though by Blackman. Okay. Showing the upgrade paying off this week, getting a good tackle, getting a good block down, and now having to come from behind. He's going to miss the tackle on this one. And I think Kenny Moore kind of pushed Vince and Sapp into the end zone. Actually, no, that's not Sapp. That's Samir White, the backup running back, getting into the crib. As no 21 scump here, they're finally on the board. Maybe looking to make this game a little bit more competitive. But now when you leave wide receivers wide open, like Woods there making the great catch and breaking some ankles on the way. Dropping back. Clear pocket, throws it deep, has his man. That's Michael Pittman Jr. into the crib. Touchdown, Colts. How he does it, I don't know. That man doesn't have overwhelming speed, but he's got great release off the line. Beat his man off the press and had a step. And like I told you guys, we've been working on Richardson's accuracy. His deep accuracy has gotten way better to be able to hit some of those throws now, unlike last year. And it's really turning this offense up into a more high dynamic offense. 28-7. Midway through the second quarter, Freeman off the play fake is going to throw this one deep, and his receiver drops it. Could not see who that was. Number 16, though, went up for it and just kind of blatantly just put it back into the ground. And then somehow an amazing catch from the tight end. They're able to get the feet down while diving out of bounds. Pushes them into goal territory, and Sapp will just finish this off himself. Another rushing touchdown here for the Raiders. And they're not willing to go away just yet. Keeping it within 2 scores here. Still down 14. Right before half, though. 2-minute warning approaching. As we are trying to go no huddle. Save our timeouts if we can. We do have all 3 of them still. We're on our side of the field already. Jonathan Taylor is in that mode. So is Richardson as he throws that one over the middle. But Pittman Jr. could not hold on. And at least will stop the clock. Trips to the right. Clean pocket, starting to break down on the run here as Josh Downs makes the catch, diving out of bounds to go ahead and slow that clock up. About 1:29 left to go here from the 16-yard line. Richardson will roll to his left, has all day to throw, but he's going to take off on his legs instead and gets tackled in bounds. I don't know if this was used to go ahead and save some time for them, but Marcus Kershaw, who looked fine, just kind of drops to one knee and goes out with an injury. And that'll use up one of their timeouts. It only delays the inevitable, though, as Jonathan Taylor rushes into the end zone, making it 35-14 for the Colts. And this is looking out of hand quickly. But the Raiders do have 2 timeouts and some time to come back and score before the half if they can get this ball down the field. And there they go up the corner. That is going to be caught and taken a long ways as he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacoby Myers. Just beat his man one-on-one on the corner route and then had the speed to finish up the play. And I mean, I guess it ended up working on their favor. The potential fake injury timeout ends up making the score 35-21 here. Pretty even on the offensive play splits for Las Vegas. Love to see the defense of the Colts kind of tighten up a little bit here. But let's go ahead and look at some of the other games going on around the league as the Texans are losing to the 49ers. The teams that handed us our only L of the season. And they're doing way better than we did. 13-7 going into halftime. If y'all remember, that was an embarrassing loss. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch. You actually see your boy get whooped for once. Now, Miami up 14-0 over the Falcons. Remember, that's Trevor Lawrence's new team, but not playing too well on it here today. 53 yards and an interception while getting seemingly skunked down in Miami. Then you got New Orleans playing our other division rival in Tennessee, and that is a final out there where Tennessee actually wins their 3rd game of the season. 31-14. The Saints are not faring too well behind a young quarterback there. But Justin Fields, great game by him. Passing in for a touchdown, no interceptions. Probably ran in for one too if I had to guess. But we'll come out in the second half here. Already a little bit of a way through the 3rd. As we will have the ball near midfield, getting up to the 29 after Kyle Pitts, being Kyle Pitts, gets us up to that 29-yard line. Now we ended up getting sacked out of it though, so dropping all the way back to the 42 here on 2nd and 23. Play action read here. Pockets breaking down. Throws it before he's hit. And that is an absolute dot to Josh Downs. I don't know how he fit that in. That's what you get a quarterback with great arm strength for. And now here on 1st and 10 inside of the red zone. Throws it to Alec Pierce, who trucks his way into goal territory and puts us a yard away from pay dirt land. And you know who we're going to when a situation is like this. That's Jonathan Taylor. Get another rushing touchdown on the day. Give us the 42-21 lead. And it's going to be up to Freeman. He's got to get something going here as he throws this one deep down the field, trying to test Peppers one-on-one. That hasn't worked too often for too many quarterbacks. As he goes in and makes him pay that time yet again, making it 2nd and 10. Clean pocket, finds his tight end in the flats. Almost spun out. But thankfully, Collins is able to make the play. We're sending a blitz here on 3rd and 4. It almost gets home. And Devontae Adams shrugs off one, spins through Kenny Moore's tackle. And now he's in a foot race to the end zone. Benz is trying to catch him, and he will take him down. But the diving tackle knocks him into the end zone. Devontae Adams would not be stopped, could not be stopped. That was an amazing catch and 2 really good snapped ankles on that play. So once again, put this back to just 14 points. As much as we try to put this team away, they keep finding ways to score. Up the middle for Taylor, trucking his way forward for the first down. Maybe leading a little bit more on the run here to run some of this clock off as we're nearing the end of the third quarter. Handoff will go once again up the middle. Taylor trucking his way through. Looks like they're going with the little RPO. Reads to the outside this time. Just gives it to Taylor. That's a big body run there. And he's well over 100 yards now, getting them up to the 6-yard line. First play coming out of the fourth quarter. And Taylor sniffing the end zone, but no cigar. We'll have to line it up and run it again here. This time we're going to the air. Richardson will roll out to the left and just casually walk into the corner. As no one pursued out, they wanted to stay on their receivers to make sure he didn't pass. Good job keeping your eyes downfield. And not only did we score that touchdown, we also added on 3. And the game was pretty much over after that dagger. I did want to just come back and quickly throw in this highlight as John Peppers finally gets his pick 6 on the season. Great coverage there, really tight. I think they were trying to go Devontae Adams, who was on somebody else at the time. I think it was Vince. But Peppers reading the quarterback's eyes, even though he was in man, able to make a phenomenal play here. You see in the corner. Who? Actually, that was Manny Bell that was in coverage. Vince was going down the field. And Peppers was able to just go in and sneak in, take that pick 6 to the crib. And that was just about it, man. I mean, they kept pace pretty well throughout the entire game, at least to not let themselves go down by more than 14. But it ends up being here a final score of 59-35, a 24-point just dominating victory. We want the defense obviously to play a little bit better, not get too lax and start giving up all these points. But we're just thankful and blessed that we have an offense that can actually keep pace with what we be giving up here. As Anthony Richardson, another phenomenal game, almost 400 yards of offense, over 60% completion percentage. And as a team in the whole, 178 yards through the ground while holding them to only 106. 314 yards through the air, though. Got to do better with our back-end passing game as they dropped 21 points in that second quarter. It was really moving the ball well and scoring. And that's really kind of where a majority of teams started to go off against us. That second quarter, we started to get kind of complacent after a good first quarter and start really giving up a lot of points either in that second or third quarter, kind of around that area. Now, Richardson, 2 touchdowns, no picks, had a phenomenal game. Jacob Freeman, not too bad. He's a quarterback out of USC that they drafted last year. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 43 attempts, though, compared to only 9 rushing attempts, 3, 2, so about 14 rushing attempts. I wish more teams ran the ball against us, but I understand why you wouldn't when you only averaging 2.8 a carry. I mean, Freeman was doing great off those read options, but you can only do so much there. Then obviously Devontae Adams, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns only on Vince Anthony most of the game. Josh Downs, 4 for 100. Michael Pittman Jr., 3 for 95 and a touchdown. Those boys were really leading the way. They didn't see too much Kyle Pitts in today's game, but that's because we were actually leaning on our receivers more this year, and they're actually getting their yardages and their touchdowns. TFLs here, you see Sampson, DeForest, Jalen even getting 2 of them things. 2 sacks for Sampson, 1 for Juan and Jackson. Great job getting into the backfield, into the quarterback. And the interceptions coming from Kenny Moore and John Peppers getting yet another one on his rookie campaign. And finally, not only getting a pick 6, but an upgrade from that pick 6. As I think that's kind of convenient. I feel like you should get an upgrade from that. 79 overall man-to-man corner. Still working on his zone and slot stuff. 84 in his man coverage, 79 on his zone, 80 on his press. But really that press is kind of in the 70s without the boost. So we're just going to work on man coverage here, though. Just continue to get him more and more better. +2 to his press. So now it's actually in the 80s for sure. This time, not without boost. Zone coverage is at the 80 level too as well. So getting those basically evened out. And becoming a better and better outside corner. Now coming into this game against Kansas City, I know y'all see it here. I know you see it. I know you see it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which receiver could this be talking about? I know you see it. I know you see it. Josh Downs, 3 touchdowns or 150 rushing and receiving yards, and he'll go up to superstar level. We finally got a breakout receiver chance, and then we get it at the same time as a breakout quarterback chance as well. So now those numbers are pretty much going to be going to each other. So sorry, everybody else. Today is the Josh Downs, Anthony Richardson show. Coming off 4 and 100 and a touchdown last game. Coming off 353 last game. We need these boys to put up similar stats yet again to be able to do it. And what does Anthony Richardson need to go up to superstar level? Because he already is star. 1 or fewer touchdowns and 350 plus scrimmage yards, 4 total touchdowns. Now last week he wouldn't have quite hit the, actually he would have hit the mark last week. He had 353 just through the air alone, 51 rushing yards, so that's over 400 total, 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, which is 4 total. So last week Josh Downs, or at least Anthony Richardson, would have reached his numbers. We just needed to get Josh Downs to his, which is going to be kind of tough. I'm not going to lie. There's not a whole lot of plays in the playbook for our slot to get open down the field. So it's going to take volume and yardage to get my man his goals, or at least just getting up to the red zone and stopping that man Jonathan Taylor from being a beast for a day and letting his teammate eat. And not only that, we have to do it against a red hot Kansas City team that's never easy to beat, despite their record or whatever it is, and we're in their territory in Arrowhead. We got to somehow take Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the rest of this Chiefs team down. And to make it all better, what better way to do it than on Sunday nights? So get your popcorn ready. You already know it's going to be a high scoring affair because we're going to be launching this ball all day as the first throw goes out right to Josh Downs. And unfortunately, it's incomplete as they send a little pressure in. We're going to stay with the shotgun look here, looking downfield. We find Kyle Pitts, as we're not going to be able to just target Josh Downs all day. Of course, they can just double team that or, focus in on him. We're going to have to hit some other guys to make sure that he stays and gets open. As we try to find Pierce here for the first, it gets knocked loose. And here on our first drive, we're going for a 4th and short. Why not try it? Dropping back, pocket looks pretty clean. I see a man deep. That's Michael Pittman Jr. who loses control of the ball last second. That's a beautiful ball put right on him. And Bolton able to knock that thing loose at the last second and not only give Kansas City the ball, but give it to them almost basically in the red zone. As Patty Mahomes will throw on the run here to the outside. And that's a nice little 5-yard game to get things started. See Rashee Rice at number 4 there. So at superstar level now. Got a couple other pass catchers helping them out here. That's a great pass to the outside. Still going to actually the same receiver twice. As they have 3rd and 1 here. Going under center. Throw goes out quick to Rashee Rice. But oh no. I thought he might have held on and just dropped it or put it down on the ground. No, we actually knocked it loose out of his hands and forced KC to 3. Not too many times you're going to force this offense to just take his 3, but we did it here. They didn't want to be aggressive early because they know our team can put up points in a hurry. So if they're not getting their points, it can spell the end for them as we toss this one out. Jonathan Taylor, got to get the run game popping too as well, as that is a great tackle. I thought we had ankles there, but somehow I was able to trip him up. We still get the first down, so why not go back to him? Let this running game eat a little bit. It'll open the passing game up, and we'll be able to get our plays. Don't worry about it. 2nd and 19. This is a perfect time to pass right here. Dropping back, looking, fires it over the middle to Kyle Pitts and finds a linebacker instead. Threw that thing right to Ye for his first interception of the game and putting Kansas City back on their side of the field already. Another short field for the defense to try to contend with, as that's great coverage. Zaire Franklin knocking that ball loose, forcing the Kansas City to have to go for another 3 points, as that one scared me a little bit. I thought he was going to miss, but it does go in. And all this, and we're still in the first quarter. Anthony Richardson's going to get out and move on his own legs. Remember, it's all-purpose scrimmage yards, so his running stats will affect it too as well. So it's going to get 23 on the ground. 3rd and 3. Shotgun look here. Fires it out. That's Michael Pittman Jr. on that sauce. And then the juke move was slower than molasses. Oh, my gosh. We got to work on that boy's playmaker skills or something, because that was not it. And we're going to look over the middle here. That is Josh Downs once again. CIT is going to be the most important rating every single time for your slots. Gets tackled by 2 linebackers and then comes back and gets tackled by another safety. And both times he holds on to my rock and gets me a touchdown here. Oh, gets me a touchdown here, as that is his first of the game. Remember, it's either or, 150 yards or 3 touchdowns. So if he can get one, if he gets both, he gets both. But if he can get one of them, that boy's going to be a superstar finally. Which actually is surprising too, because that means he's a superstar before Michael Pittman is. Because Michael Pittman is just star development as well. Dropping back here though, goes out to the end zone, and they answer us right back though just as quickly as Rashee Rice is in the end zone for Kansas City, and they take their lead right back. Still up 6 points here, 13-7. Another triple option read here, and we only have the safety to beat. You know what that means. It's nothing but daylight for Jonathan Taylor. Does he have the speed? 1 dive and miss. 22 dives and misses, and that's all day to the crib. He'll just stop, tuck, and roll, and actually take 55 with him with the drop kick. As Odin got in the way of the touchdown celebration, but in one play, we answer right back, take the 1-point lead back as well, and looks like they're not done either. Great pass by Patrick Mahomes over the middle. And an injury to Manny Bell there. Was in coverage a little bit. Shoulder looks like it's stinging a little bit. We'll have to see if he comes back into this ball game. But not before we see Kansas City continue to make our defense look silly. Patty Mahomes has only missed 2 passes here today, 11 for 13. As this time he will fake the handoff there to Pacheco. Throw goes out to Travis Kelce. Great juke move by him. That boy is not getting shifty like that. But we'll take it anyway. 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Dropping back to passes could be dangerous. And it is dangerous. It's EJ Speed coming off the edge. Doesn't get much time on the field, but does make full advantage of it when he does. Getting the sack and holding Kansas City to their 3rd 3 of the game. Now, back to offense. You know what we're trying to do. We're trying to cook up this pass game. Play action, Josh Downs. Big body catch gets us up to the 50-yard line. Already at 88 yards and a touchdown for Richardson. So we're going to keep eyes on those stats when they pop up. See how close they are to reading their markers and their stats lines here. So they throw over the middle to Josh Downs yet again. 99 yards. A third of the way there. And we're only in the second here. Play right before the 2-minute warning. Finds Kyle Pitts over the middle. That's a great lane to run through. And I'm telling you, if I have to choose a tight end to take in this game, and it's between Kelce and Pitts, I'm taking Pitts every day, just like I'm taking Downs every day. As that is a great catch to get us closer. And from the 2-yard line, why not go right back to him to get touchdown number 2 on the day? 1 more touchdown to Josh Downs, 2 more throwing touchdowns for Anthony Richardson, and we've got both goals locked up. Well, I should say we have thrown an interception too, so we can't throw another pick this rest of the game either as well. That's where things really get high maintenance here for the Indianapolis Colts. We cannot have Richardson throw another interception. Now, 1:05 left to go in this first half. Patrick trying to get a couple more plays in. Trying to get a score in before the half. Finds his halfback out the backfield. That's Pacheco getting the first down. 34 seconds left in this first half. Finds Travis Kelce behind Blackman, and that man is struggling to cover the tight end today. I don't know if I'm going to have to switch and make an adjustment at halftime. Put Pierre Collins on Kelce. But with 15 seconds left and us now losing, we're going to try to go get some points too. We have 1 timeout left. Let's at least go try to get 3 here as Pittman Jr. gets out of bounds. Richardson going to drop back in the pocket, roll to his left, looking. I see Josh Downs. Do you see him? He gets us down up at the 43-yard line. We're calling a timeout here with 3 seconds left, and we're going to attempt it, man. 60-yard field goal. Why not? Wind is kind of pushing at our back and to the right a little bit here. 8 miles per hour. Can we get this in? It is good. Just barely getting over the upright, and we'll go into halftime with our 1-point lead still intact. As it's 24-23, an absolute shootout here today. You see only 7 rushing attempts for both teams, and both teams near the 20s when it comes to passing the ball. As I don't know if maybe they have the same goals that we do, and that's why Patrick Mahomes is trying to sling that pill, even though he's already an X factor. But going into half, looking at some of the other scores, Miami takes down Pittsburgh 24-17. They are now 6-3 on the season. Tyreek Hill 89 yards and a touchdown. We saw that team already earlier, and went ahead and took them down too as well. Looks like we will travel near the central part of the states here. Is New Orleans playing Seattle. They go in and get another dub, avenging their loss to Tennessee last week. Stinger, much better performance. 3 touchdowns in the air today. Only 183 yards. And Graves playing pretty okayly today too as well as we look around the rest of the league. Tennessee lost to Jacksonville, so they're staying behind us and keeping up good pace. I don't see Houston on here, so I'm assuming that they had their bye week. So now we do need to win this game because obviously, you know, Jacksonville's trying to take over the lead in the division. So not only is it important to get these goals, but we also got to get this dub. So that's why we're finding Kyle Pitts over the middle. Coming straight out of the half here. Already a drive for each of us, which neither of us did anything on. So second drive of the half, actually for the Colts with a juke by Jonathan Taylor, getting us the first down. And we realized how close we are to the goals. We don't have to force pass plays anymore. We can play more within our game. And that's going to actually help us get this easier dub. Here's Jonathan Taylor catching a ball at the backfield, which is something rare for him. Gets us close to the first down. We'll do it a read option pass here as Richardson uses the legs, and he will get into the end zone. That counts as his 3rd total touchdown on the day. As now he just needs 1 more TD, and he is good to go. Him and Josh Downs both, so it could be the very next touchdown we see. Could end up doing it, but not if Travis Kelce keeps making people look stupid like this. As he breaks off 2 and finally gets taken down because John Peppers wants to tackle somebody. but not before putting them in red zone territory just that quick. And they're going to go right back to him and reward him for that strength and get him another touchdown as well. Kelce into the crib. Now, of course, they're going to go for 2 here, being down 2 points. They throw it out to the flats, and that is Rashee Rice this time tying up the ball game 31-31. And on 2nd and 12 on our next drive, look who we find again. Josh Downs with plenty of space to run up the field, and he's got a little bit of speed. But he gets taken down 230 yards for Anthony Richardson on the day. 2 touchdowns. Still only has that 1 interception. We want to keep it that way. We throw a risky pass over the middle here on 3rd and 21, and Kyle Pitts makes us right. I told you I'll take Pitts over Kelce any day, at least in Madden. Throw over the middle, Jonathan Taylor. Great catch for the first down. I'm not going to lie. I wish it had worked like that in real life, though. I feel like Kyle Pitts will get used more effectively this year. We'll have to see what Kirk Cousins does in that Atlanta Falcons offense. But, of course, being a Saints fan, I don't want to see them do good. I want to see Pitts do good, but just not the whole team. They can lose every game and Pitts put up stats like he does in this game. And I don't want to just take that and distract that away from the fact that we did just get Josh Downs his 3rd touchdown of the game. And we're still going back to him here with a great catch over the middle. Richardson, 322 yards, 3 touchdowns. He has 4 total all-purpose. So he should have his goal now too as well. And Downs is at 181 yards. So whether it's the touchdowns or the yardages, Josh Downs has met his goal effectively here today. He will be a superstar at the end of this game. Throw goes out to the corner. We're finding Pitts. That could have been risky as an interception and blew the whole thing. But instead, we take our lead back. I told y'all, I need my mans to be a GOAT. And that was the last dagger play that we needed as we go ahead and take care of Kansas City while trying to achieve goals. I'm not going to lie, I went into this game knowing that we had to achieve goals, knowing that I wanted to achieve them. And I thought this would be actually an L for us. I went into this game thinking we were actually going to lose because I knew I was going to try to force it. But the play caller in me was also smalling up good pass plays, good reads, and the defense played just good enough to get us that dub, only allowing 8 points in that second half, and we went 48-31. Great job, only giving up 17 yards of rush offense as a team, nothing on special teams, 315 total yards, where we had 723, almost doubling what they had. 5 for 7 in the red zone and 31 minutes of possession time still while passing mostly down the field. 25 for 34, 363 yards, 4 touchdowns and 1 pick. That's the goal achieved. Patrick Mahomes, 308, 3 touchdowns and an interception too as well. No slouch at all. He was putting up numbers to compete. But Pacheco, 11 for 17. I can understand why y'all weren't trying to run the ball no more. Taylor still put up 167 in a touchdown, even though we weren't even focused in on him. Josh Downs, 13 for 181 to match up with Kelce's 168. But 3 touchdowns here today. He definitely got his goal. Pitts still threw up 110 yards and a touchdown as well. If he wasn't X Factor, he probably would have a breakout chance next week too. As we were still somehow able to find room to find other guys and get them mixed in. Forrest Buckner back to doing his TFL thing with 3 more of them things in this game. EJ Speed getting a sack here today and 2 interceptions from Julian Blackman. I didn't show them, but he actually was balling out today. My man's went and got 2 interceptions. One of them he actually just took out of Kelce's hands. They awarded him an interception instead of a fumble. So I'm not sure exactly how that worked. He literally, like, Travis Kelce had the ball and was running up the field. He just took it out of his hands, but it is what it is. Of course, after the game, you know you're about to get an upgrade boost here in a second, but let's go ahead and use the upgrade that you already earned from your in-game stats anyway, just to make you a little bit better. Obviously, very good in this short stuff, being a very good slot for us, not very good in the deep route running. So we're just going to keep him good at what he's good at then. We trust him in the slot, and he does so much for us underneath that we're going to just upgrade his slot attribute here. Gets another +2 to his catching traffic and +1 to speed, so I'll take it. And here he goes. I said I was one of the best players on the team, and I think I proved it. Josh Downs is now superstar development, and he will progress faster than normal and get 2,000 XP boost, so I love it. And then we got to go talk to our QB right after, man, and see if we actually did do enough. Because I'm not going to lie, I was kind of nervous with the whole rushing touchdown. Did it count? Did it not? He did end up passing for a 4th when I got it in there just to make sure. And then here goes another huge day for Anthony Richardson. Seems to be placing his name among the upper echelon of signal callers. Of course, my boy is no longer a game manager, and we're actually able to win games passing and not just have to lean on our rushing attack and kind of be screwed if the rushing isn't working. So it feels great to know that he's playing good and performing good. And there he goes now with a superstar dev trait. No XP boost for him, unfortunately. But now you look at this offense, we got 2 X factors, 3 superstars, almost everybody's star development. The only person that's not, that actually is a true position, is our right guard at normal. Obviously, you see Zach Moss there playing fullback, where he's really the backup halfback. We just don't have a fullback on roster. But I'm really proud of that. And coming out of that game, we also have a breakout DB chance here. Going into Houston, the bye week, and Tennessee. So we got back-to-back divisional games as well as our bye week in the next episode. So let me know down below in the comment section, who do you think the breakout DB is? If you can go ahead and guess it before the next game, maybe I got a surprise for you. But let me know down below in the comment section who you believe it is, and we'll get into it next time. We'll also get into our first look at our actual prospects, showing you guys what I've been doing. Getting a look at the player re-signs. Who are we trying to bring back, and what is my strategy with that? And then getting these 2 divisional games knocked out the way and trying to increase our lead over the Jags, who are 6-3, while we are 8-1. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. MLB The Show is coming soon. I do have a team already picked out for it, and I can't wait to show you guys that rebuild series and get back onto the MLB grind. Catch you guys in the next one. It's me, your boy SGG, aka Coach Cooper. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm going for the day. It's time to go retire this voice box and ready up for the next week. Later.